Hi, my name is Kelly, and I will be taking you through Module 2 of this Trauma-Informed Company Training, which is focused on why a trauma-informed workplace is critical for survivors of human trafficking. In Module 2, we will cover the benefits of a trauma-informed workplace and discuss what this looks like in practice using a case study example. After completing this module, you will be better prepared to describe the benefits of a trauma-informed workplace for survivors of human trafficking, and describe how trauma-informed workplaces can increase the success of survivors and all employees in the workplace. In this section, we will outline the benefits of implementing a trauma-informed lens in the workplace. Fostering a trauma-informed environment can help survivors and employees in several ways. First, adopting the 6 principles of a trauma-informed approach helps to ensure that policies, practices, and environments reduce the likelihood of re-traumatizing survivors. As a reminder from our discussion in Module 1, the 6 trauma-informed principles are safety, trustworthiness and transparency, peer support, empowerment, voice and choice, collaboration, and the acknowledgement of historical, cultural, and gender issues. For example, you will recognize that power, control, and exploitation is at the core of human trafficking, and that taking away choice, micromanaging, and taking credit for others' work can be particularly damaging to survivors, as these were part of their day-to-day experiences in the past. A trauma-informed workplace emphasizes a person's agency. Next, trauma-informed environments prioritize building trust through offering predictability and consistency. This helps to create a sense of certainty and reduces the stress of not knowing what is coming next, which can drive fear and anxiety. Finally, a trauma-informed workplace allows individuals to heal and thrive. It offers opportunities for survivors to build skills, set career goals and ambitions, and earn an income to support themselves and their families. It also promotes their well-being, fosters empowerment by giving individuals a voice and choice, and it sees individuals for their strengths and resilience, not their experience as a survivor. It is important to recognize and acknowledge that as a people manager, you have a level of authority, power, and control over those you supervise. This can create a challenging dynamic for you and those you support to navigate, particularly for a survivor of human trafficking where power and control was weaponized in the past. This is why it is critically important to consider trauma and how to adjust our practices. Let's focus now on preventing re-traumatization, which is a conscious or unconscious reminder of past trauma that results in re-experiencing the initial traumatic event. In response, an individual may experience fight, flight, freeze, or fawn reactions as their brain interprets the incident as a threat. There are a lot of ways these experiences can be triggered, and they may not be predictable. While some may be more obvious, like a person feeling trapped in a corner, others can be less apparent, including a smell, certain lighting, or even a song. To help reduce the likelihood of re-traumatization, consider workplace power dynamics and how that might influence others. Attempt to give choice and control where possible, especially in creating one's personal space at work. And create an environment of openness and trust in which employees are encouraged to express their needs and to advocate for the changes they need to feel safe and supported in their workplace. Let's turn back to our case study in Sophia. As the example continues, we see how Sophia's people manager addressed the situation. As a group, please take a few minutes to pause the recording, read the case study, and discuss how this approach helps to prevent re-traumatization. As you may have concluded in your discussions, Sophia's people manager responded in a number of trauma-informed ways. First, she immediately acknowledged what has happened, expressed her concern, and offered help. She then sought to reduce any fears Sophia may have had about being reprimanded or potentially losing her job. She also provided an open space for Sophia to provide context or raise any concerns both immediately after the incident and in the weeks that followed. Additionally, she tended to the needs of the administrative assistant who was trying to help when the incident occurred. Next, let's consider how a trauma-informed workplace helps to build trust. Trauma and violence experienced by survivors of human trafficking can often lead many to be guarded in their relationships and untrusting of others or the systems around them. Each of the principles of a trauma-informed approach can help to increase one's level of trust. When welcoming new employees, ask what they need to thrive in the workplace and let them know you are there to support their success. When responding to requests, be transparent and let them know what you are able to do and what you aren't able to do. Share processes so they have a sense of what comes next, how long it may take, and what to expect. Connect them to support and mentorship so they aren't navigating a new job on their own. Remember, you are in a position of power over this person, so they may not be comfortable coming to you for help. Give employees an opportunity to collaborate and inform decisions, allowing them to make decisions when possible and appropriate, and create space for them to share their opinions. Ensure that all employees feel like a valued member of the team and are empowered in a way that highlights their strengths. These actions will go a long way in helping to build trust. Let's return to Sophia. The time has come for her check-in with Rachel, her people manager. Let's look at how they navigate the conversation about her previous outburst. As a group, please take a few minutes to pause the recording, read the case study, and discuss how Rachel's approach helps to build Sophia's trust. Rachel's approach helps to build trust by recognizing that the organization holds power over Sophia's economic well-being and that she may feel vulnerable as a result, assuaging Sophia's potential concerns about workplace consequences, including job loss, providing support in the form of resources and additional options to consider, such as workplace accommodation, and indicating that she is available for any future conversation as and when required by Sophia. Finally, let's talk about how we can support empowerment and foster resilience in the workplace. When we talk about empowerment, we are referring to opportunities an individual has to take control and have meaningful choices, exercise their voice and be heard, and feel seen as a valued individual deserving of dignity and respect. For survivors of human trafficking, having a sense of power, control, and voice is critical. Supporting this personal empowerment helps to rebuild what was taken away by their exploitation and promotes healing. It also fosters greater resilience as survivors have their strengths and values reflected back to them. There are a number of ways in which a trauma-informed workplace can help empower and support resilience. First, create a safe space that reduces re-traumatization and offers greater opportunities for healing. Help individuals feel a greater sense of control by promoting opportunities for individual voice and choice, and build connections through peer support and collaboration to reduce isolation and continue to build trust. All of this helps to rebuild a greater sense of self-confidence and opens up the possibility for having a vision of the future rather than feeling instability and unpredictability in the workplace. Finally, it is important to recognize the role employment plays in one's overall stability by supporting one's economic security. Providing family-sustaining wages and comprehensive benefits allows individuals to have financial security, which reduces the risk of re-exploitation. In the final segment of our case study, Sophia and her people manager reconnect. As a group, please take a few minutes to pause the recording, read the case study, and discuss what Rachel does to support Sophia's empowerment and resilience. The trust Rachel strived to build with Sophia helped create a space in which Sophia felt safe enough to reach out for help when she felt overwhelmed. In providing help, Rachel focused on empowering Sophia with control and choice, and focused on her strengths to foster resilience. Specifically, Rachel acknowledged the strength it takes to be vulnerable and ask for help, engaged Sophia in problem solving to help manage her workflow, and committed to working with those assigning tasks to Sophia in the short term and to invest in her long-term professional development. Additionally, while Rachel provided a range of options to address the issues, she asked if Sophia had any ideas of her own, which acknowledges her as an expert on her own needs and a valued voice in the conversation. Rachel's actions give Sophia control on how she would like to move forward. And finally, Rachel reiterates that Sophia is a part of the team, and as a people manager, she is there to support her success. This concludes Module 2. In this session, we outlined the benefits of a trauma-informed lens in the workplace and its particular role in preventing re-traumatization, building trust, and supporting empowerment and resilience. Additionally, we explored ways in which a trauma-informed workplace can advance one's personal empowerment, which promotes healing. In our next and final module, we will provide specific ways that a trauma-informed approach can be incorporated into supervision practices.